From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. But tonight, we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now it's Stafford. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 36-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Tonight, we have ourselves a preseason clash between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. All teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from L.A. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. It's a 17-year pro steering this ship, Brock, an active leader in basically every passing category and continuing to try and build that Hall of Fame case. Matthew Stafford.
All this guy did was lead the Rams to the playoffs for the 3rd time in 4 years, Kate, a season ago. Getting them their first postseason win, in fact, since Super Bowl 56. This guy, he already sits top 10 in career completions, yards, and touchdowns. He's been the model of consistency.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another run for Williams. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. but you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense. Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on third down. Back to throw, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's fourth down.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that was a third and long run, and to me, that